Good afternoon, Budi Raharjo here from Padepokan Budi Raharjo. Greetings from Indonesia, from Bandung. So I just got calls, WhatsApp messages from friends who are abroad and asking the situation in Indonesia, because many have heard about the situation in Indonesia, about the mobs, the chaos in Indonesia. So what's happening right now? Okay. So I guess I have to put a disclaimer here. I'm not part of the government. I'm not part of political parties or anything like that. I'm not part of mainstream media. I'm just a regular Indonesian. So I guess let's start with the situation in Indonesia. Economy-wise, Indonesia is also not so great. It's also COVID-19 has hit hard, very, very, very hard to all of us. I guess not just Indonesia, but all countries in the world. And we're trying to get back to where it was, 2019-ish, kind of. Still difficult. People are still struggling. Companies are still trying to get back on their feet. So that's the background. Okay. Now, things are getting better. Too slow, in my opinion, but it's getting better. Now, we have new government officials in many regions in Indonesia. Now, the problem starting. In many regions in Indonesia, at least as I understand it, there are 3 places in Indonesia that tax increase in these three regions, at least 3 regions. And the amount of increase is just unbelievable, more than 100%. Can you imagine that, right? For those who are familiar with Indonesia, that's kind of outrageous. You just cannot do that. I guess in all parts of the world, it's just impossible if you increase tax like more than 100%. It's just unrealistic. Okay, so there were many demonstrations, but it was still under control. But things are a bit messy, but it's still under control. Now, the next stage is in Indonesia we have what we call Dewan Perwakilan Rakyat, or House of Representatives. The members are elected through general election. We call it pemilihan umum or pemilu. So it was general election. We elect people and also the president. Sorry, a bit disruption. Okay, so continue now. We have House representatives and they're elected through election. Okay, and the term is 5-year term. So it's exactly the same as our president. Okay. Now these members of House representatives, the way we elect them, it's kind of not sketchy, but we don't know them. When during election we just select whatever we feel like we're selecting. We don't know them. We don't know the kind of their capabilities. So sometimes we elect artists, comedians, and in the future they act comedian like comedian. Now, unfortunately, many members of this House of Representatives use this institution to gain financial financial terms for their own sake, and some even say even corruption. So basically, this is not a good sign. So we have the president, and then we have the House of Representatives. They're supposed to be like kind of sparring partners, right? But the way we see is that our House of Representatives these days, they're not good. It's questionable. I'm sorry to say. I have to say it up front here. Questionable. The quality of the members are questionable. I'm sure there are good members, but from what we've seen, questionable. And the way they act is also questionable, and it seems like they have no empathy. Like, for example, they want more allowances, housing or whatever, which is, in my opinion, they have no empathy towards common people like us. So that's kind of the feeling. I cannot say the final act. It was that they basically asked for more allowances. So the allowances is more than 100 million rupiah per month. That's probably divided by say we divided by 15,000. I don't know. Maybe 60,000 US probably, or so, or more, or less, 60,000 US, which is, in my opinion, it's just too much. Yeah, it is too much. I think 60,000 is too much, right? Maybe 6,000, 6,000, more than 6,000, right? I think 6,000, 7,000 US dollar per month. So that's what they want. Yeah. There was an uproar about protest against them. Now, they asked again for more allowances, and when they got it, I think the last one, when they got like 3 million rupiah per month, just for unknown, in my opinion, unknown task or whatever it is, and they also were given 50 million rupiah for housing, which is probably around 4,000. I mean, the amount is probably small, like 10,000 US dollar or whatever, right? But that's for each member. And considering the situation in Indonesia, that's, to me, it's just unbelievable. So there was there were demonstrations in many places. Now, these members, when they received these allowances, the increase of allowances, what they did was they created videos where they were dancing, and say, okay, they were happy, and even some of them make TikTok videos, which to me it's kind of mocking the common Indonesians. And the last straw was people were saying, maybe we should remove these members from House of Representatives. Maybe we even delete House of Representatives. And one of these member, Ahmad Sahroni, I believe, and he said, these people are dumb for saying that you can remove House of Representatives. So, and the word that he used was tolol. Tolol is kind of dumb, but it's more than dumb. It's kind of it's kind of the kind of the hard version of dumb. Anyway, people got mad. So there was a protest, I believe, on the 25th of August in Jakarta, and it was continuing from there on. 25th, I can't remember. But now the demo on the 28th of August, that was a Thursday. There was a demo, and it was a big one in Jakarta, and there was an incident or an accident. People said this was kind of unfortunate incident. A driver, an online driver in Indonesia, there's a motorcycle driver, ojek, we call it ojek, and the company is called Gojek, more like an Uber, but it's not a car, it's a motorcycle. And also they also deliver foods, just like maybe Food Panda or Uber Eats. Was killed during this demonstration. He was accidentally run over by I don't know the name of the car. This was by the brigade of mobile brigade, Brimob. This is kind of the police that's supposed to take to handle demonstration. Sorry if I'm stuttering. I need coffee to do that. So this was it. A person, an unfortunate person, was killed, and it was kind of crazy the way he was run over by this. Maybe it was not a tank, but it was kind of a tactical, more like a Panzer, not a Panzer, but like a car similar to tank, right? But it's not a tank. You can imagine this just like the Tiananmen Square incident, where that one, a person like stood in front of these tanks and was run over. But this one was incident. He was trying to run away from the crowd, and I don't know, maybe he slipped or whatever happened, and he was run over. And this car or this tank, or not tank, the Panzer or whatever, this car, or like a big car that's supposed to handle demonstration, and that triggered chaos. The night after that, there was like a big mob, big riots in several places in Jakarta. And after that, it spread throughout Indonesia. Friday night, I believe there was also a big kind of anarchy in Jakarta, and the mob also spread to other cities in Indonesia: Bandung, Makassar, Yogyakarta, and they're targeting the houses or places of House representatives. And Saturday, Ahmad Sahroni's, the one that I mentioned that said dumb to all the people, Ahmad Sahroni house was raided and looted. So basically, it was kind of a big chaos, and it was video and spread throughout, I believe, YouTube, Instagram, TikToks, all these social media. So Ahmad Sahroni actually flew to, I can't remember, maybe Singapore, but he kind of, and then he ran away to Europe, I believe. I don't know the exact country. And the same thing with two other, actually there's another one, Ulfa, the same thing. Her house was also raided and looted. And then two other comedians, Eko Patrio and Uya Kuya houses were also looted, raided. And I heard that the Minister of Finance, Ibu Sri Mulyani, her house was also raided. In my opinion, I don't agree about the act against the Sri Mulyani. She is our Minister of Finance. I don't think she's done nothing wrong compared to these members of House representatives. But people are just fed up with this economy situation in Indonesia, and some people targeted her house, which, in my opinion, it's just unfounded. Yeah. Okay, so that was the situation, and today is Monday. I witnessed myself the mob that was after these houses and properties. It was Saturday night. It was kind of scary. I was around in the area. I saw the people, the masses went there by screaming their name and so on and so forth. So that was Saturday. Sunday was kind of riot. Also, I live in Bandung, and in Bandung the focus was in Jalan Diponegoro, because that's the place where we have the House of Commons. House of Representatives there. DPR, it's right there. And unfortunately, one of the restaurants in that area was kind of burned down. I don't know why, the reason it was burned down. Raided, looted, and so on. So anyway, that's the situation in Indonesia. This is Monday. And the situation is kind of chill, but people are still afraid to go out. Schools, offices right now in Indonesia, especially in big cities. I don't know about other cities, but in my city, and also my city, Bandung and Jakarta, everything is back to work from home, online basically. I'm teaching my class online tomorrow morning. I have a class which is supposed to be like an offline class, because we already have online classes, but now we're back to online because of the situation. And my university is around that area, around this kind of red zone, in terms of the demonstration. The analysis, I have no idea what's going on. I'm not going to offer my opinions about this, because everything is still unknown. But situation wise, everything is still under control, in my opinion. But businesses and also schools and everything right now is going back to online, at least for the next few days, or at least this week. Next week is going to be better. Hopefully everything settles down. And I heard the political parties that have these members, they already retracted these people. I'm not sure what the terminology is, because I'm not familiar with the regulations there. But that's the situation in Indonesia. So everything is okay as long as you stay at house in a home and you're not targeted or anything like that. It's just not conducive these days. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay at home. For those who are abroad, it's okay. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, but pray for us. Support our government to take good care of this. And yeah, I just hope that the members of House of Representatives behave better after this. Okay, please have empathy. Selamat sore. Good. Ini it's going to be evening, like in an hour or so. It's going to be evening here in Indonesia. Have a safe. What do you call it? Stay safe, stay healthy. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.